Today for me it's really an honor to talk in front of so high-level representatives of the flour milling industry in the world. We have Budeli, we have Bogasari, the biggest flour milling processors in the world. From my understanding, sorry? Okay, yeah. I was saying that for me it's really an honor to talk today in front of the highest flour milling processors representatives of the world. We have Budeli, we have Bogasari, we have other milling processors that really, sincerely, I believe that you have a huge responsibility because you are actually feeding the world, you know. So the responsibility behind this is huge. For me, for my company, for a small company like Balaguer Rolls, and for other companies that are related to the milling, our responsibility is also to provide you with the latest and more innovative tools in order to make your processes more efficient, safer, more profitable, more sustainable. So we understand that your responsibility as the feeders of the world is huge, and we also understand that our responsibility as suppliers is also important because we need to provide you with the best possible tools according to the evolution of our companies. That's why Balaguer Rolls company, I give you a brief introduction about our company. Our company was created in 1916, and we've been specialized in manufacturing rolls from the beginning of our history. We maintain the philosophy of a family company. I belong to the fourth generation of the company, and continues every year. We are investing 15% of our net income in research and development of new products, new materials, new casting recipes, new rolls that will make the work more efficient to the mills. Today, I'm introducing what we believe it really is a revolution in flour milling. Is a new roll, a new reduction roll that we call CRONOS. This reduction roll actually is the only roll in the world that is being casted by only a single material, one material only. So we call it indefinite chill. We are used to see rolls with a B-metal structure, with a hard layer of white iron, an inner layer of gray iron, but this is the only roll in the world who is indefinite chill. This CRONOS, this CRONOS is the result of a research and development of Balaguer Rolls company for 6 years. And it has been tested in many mills around the world. The main features of the roll, of this CRONOS roll, is, as I said before, is indefinite chill, single pour material. The hardness of this reduction roll is softer, is lower than other smooth rolls. You can think that maybe because of this lower hardness, the wear of the roll will be faster. We can say today that absolutely not. We found after many trials, we found the ideal hardness for a smooth roll to be more efficient. We all know that smooth reduction rolls, the softer are the better. But of course there is a limit. You cannot manufacture a roll of 250 Brinell, of 300 Brinell, because that roll will wear out dramatically in a couple of weeks. You know? So it's our job, it's our duty from the point of view of a roll manufacturer to find the right hardness, the ideal hardness for a smooth reduction roll, and we found it this time with this CRONOS. Because of this ideal hardness, this roll still has high wear resistance. And because of the special structure of this single pour material, the roughness of the roll will always be in the surface of the roll. So this means that these smooth rolls will always be rough. I will explain further about this point later on. But why we should choose from now on CRONOS rolls on reduction milling passage? And the main advantage of this CRONOS roll is that the rolls will run at lower temperature than other smooth rolls. You can optimize your start damage. You can have energy savings while running CRONOS rolls. You can maintain the roughness in the surface of the roll forever, as long as you don't need to do the camber of the rolls. And you increase the sustainability of your mill, because at the end of the day, you will avoid so many stops and startups of the machine, because this CRONOS roll will stay longer in your mills. But we can go point by point, feature by feature about this CRONOS roll. When we say that we increase the extraction rate using CRONOS roll, what we mean is that in those roller mills where we have installed the CRONOS, the average of optimum flour passing through that specific roller mill is higher than using standard smooth rolls. When we say that the CRONOS roll maintains the matte finish, we are saying that the roughness of these reduction rolls will be maintained forever, because the material is rough itself. When we talk about smooth reduction rolls, we know that the surface of the roll must be rough in between RA 2.5, 3.5, right? Some mills require more roughness, 4.5, 5.5. That's fine. But with the rolls that we are used to use in the past, you need to do the resandblasted because the surface of the roll during grinding will become like a mirror, so you need to resandblast the roll. This material, this CRONOS, because of the structure of the material, because of the porosity itself of this material, is rough by itself, and during operation will be even rougher. So at the end of the day, the only reason why you need to dismantle this roll and take it to a grinder is because you want to do the taper of the rolls. Okay? Probably the main feature of this CRONOS roll is the temperature of the roll. We, after the different trials that we have done with CRONOS rolls, we discovered that CRONOS rolls will grind at lower temperature than the standard reduction rolls that we normally were used to use in the past. That means that the roll temperature will be lower, between 2 degrees to 6 degrees lower, and so the flour temperature will be lower. That means that, I'm sure that you all know how important it is to keep the flour temperature to avoid hot flour, right? The effect of hot flour can be really negative for the quality of the protein, you know. So grinding with a lower temperature, achieving a lower flour temperature is something that is a huge achievement from the point of view of the rolls manufacturing. Why we say that using CRONOS, we are also increasing the sustainability of your mills, because basically you will maintain the rolls in the machine for a longer time. You don't need to shut down the machine so many times. You to start up the machine again so often as you were used to do with the former reduction rolls. Talking about energy savings, according to the trials, according to the tests that we did in several mills, we found out that if you want to maintain the same production level, you don't need to press the CRONOS rolls as much as you are actually pressing your existing reduction rolls. So that means that at the end of the day, the mill will have energy savings because you can run the rolls without high pressure. When we talk about optimum start damage, another feature of using CRONOS, this is related to the less pressure, pressure between the rolls because of the rough structure of this new material. There is a less rubbing between the rolls, and at the end of the day, there is a less pressure. So at the end of the day, you are able to optimize your start damage. One of the trials that we did at the end of our 6-year investigation about CRONOS was performed in one flour mill in Spain, in a 750 tons flour mill. For you, probably, Mr. Adi, Mr. Raimon, 750 tons will not be a big mill, but for Spain, it's a huge mill, you know. So we did a trial of CRONOS on a soft wheat mill. The name is Harinera Villafranquina from Spain. And we installed a pair of CRONOS rolls in C1 passage, another pair in C2 passage, in the same machine with one pair of standard smooth reduction rolls in each machine. At the end of the trial, that was about the investigation took place, the trial about 1 year long. The mill came with the figures that in those 2 roller mills, they were able to have a 5% energy saving, a running roll temperature of 6.5 degrees less, 2.5 degrees less of flour temperature, and 8.7 more flour production in these 2 machines. When we talk about, when I say 8.7 more flour obtained in these 2 roller mills, I refer specifically in this mill, in C1 and C2, the flour, they consider actually good flour below 180 micron. So in these 2 machines, below 180 micron, they obtain 8.7 more flour using CRONOS roll than using K01 rolls that actually, for your information, K01 is the standard reduction rolls that we are all used to use in the past, where the hardness is between 520, 570 Brinell. The CRONOS, the hardness is much lower, is in between 350 and 430 Brinell. So, of course, milling, as you will know, is not the same in Europe compared to Mexico, compared to China, compared to Indonesia, compared to Saudi Arabia. But at the end of the day, what is the same for any flour mill is the advantage of having materials that will not get hot, materials that will not expand unevenly, materials that will help you to reduce the energy cost, and materials that will help you to maintain the rolls in the machines for longer time. And this is actually the main feature and the main target of our CRONOS roll behind our investigations. So this is all about the CRONOS. If you need any further information, Balaguer Rolls, we are downstairs in our booth. So I think that's all. Thank you very much, everyone.